Okay, I would say, oh my God, make me date myself. Way back in 1996, I started my first job at Zellers at Devonshire Mall, which, if you are not familiar with the Windsor area or you're newer to here, it's where the food court now is. So we don't have Zellers anymore. But I started out working as a cashier, and it was a great job. I got to meet lots of different people, but it was pretty quiet. Just the side of, there were 3 different sets of cash registers at Zellers at the time, and it was quiet, but I was near the seasonal section. So I had this boss, her name was she became my boss, her name was Debbie. And I said, when she was a supervisor, I said, Debbie, like, do you have something I can do to keep busy? Because I swear I only had like maybe 5 people through my checkout in an hour. It was really quiet. So I started putting up seasonal stock. So Christmas time, I would put up, just take stuff out of boxes and put up the stock. And over time, she realized, oh, Alynn can, do some extra work in, also with being a cashier. So over time, I actually asked if I could transfer into her department, and it was awesome. So she took care of the entertainment section too. So at Christmas time, we'd play some tunes, and one of us would work the cash register. The other one would go and unlock the cabinets. When they were like Nintendo games way back in the day, we'd have to have them locked up. And she was just a cool lady to work for. We were also in charge of the garden center. So I got to work outside and, water all the plants, help people load, dirt and flowers and everything into their car. But what I really liked about this lady was she gave me creative freedom. So when we set up the seasonal section for Christmas, we actually had to put up a few Christmas trees and decorate them as displays. So we got to do that. In the summertime, we got to set up, barbecues and like patio furniture and that sort of stuff, and like set it up. So I really liked that I had creative freedom. And then she asked me in the summertime when I was a student. So, I would have been in grade 11, I think. And I would ride my bike. So I lived about 15 minutes away. I would ride my bike to Zellers at 5 a.m. and I would work from 5 until 2, and I stocked shelves all summer. So what I learned from her is that if you're a hard worker, you can create more opportunities for yourself. I loved that I had the creative freedom. I love that there was the trust factor. So when they had to do inventory, I was asked to do inventory. And it was just, she was a really hard worker. She wouldn't just say, hey, Alynn, can you unpack all of this stock and put it up? She'd be working right there alongside me. And I appreciate that, right? She was willing to roll up her sleeves and get her hands dirty. And, sometimes life happens, and I'd have a big exam to study for, and I'd say, could I leave a little bit early just so that I can get home and study? I was a nerd. I was a very diligent student. So I found that just by working hard and showing up when I needed a little favor back, she was able to make sure that someone covered off for me or let me leave early when I needed to. So the message today is, I think just that hard work ethic really just followed through my whole life. My parents were always hard workers, and I saw that. So now I set a good example for my son and show him that hard work gets rewarded. And thanks to Debbie, if you ever watch this video, she was by far my favorite manager when I worked at Zellers.